Okay, I have a testimony. And my children, since we have been coming to Life Church, their faith and their obedience in God and their prayer life has just soared. They have been doing miraculous things. One Sunday, Pastor Dave was talking about how if the hot light was on at Krispy Kreme, that it was a sign from God that you needed to stop. So we're going down the road. We're in a part of town where there's a Krispy Kreme, and all of a sudden the boys start screaming in the back seat. Stop, stop. I'm like, what's the matter? Mama, the hot light's on. And Pastor Dave said that means we have to stop because God said so. So I was like, well, I don't know about that. And I'm like, stop. So we pulled up. I said, okay, 1 donut apiece. So we pulled up, we ordered 4 donuts. We get to the window. The guy hands us this big box through the window. But Michael's like, we only got 4 donuts. He was like, oh, well, sorry, I gave you a dozen, but once I pass it through the window, I can't take it back. And so then we had a dozen donuts instead of 4 and only had to pay for 4. And Caleb said, see, Mama, see what happens when you obey God? So then another time we're going down the road, going to a funeral, and we were up on the interstate, and down on one of the roads below, it was pouring down rain, and Caleb saw a man in a raincoat walking, and he said, Mama, that man needs help. We need to stop. I said, honey, there's no way for me to get to him. There's nothing we can do. We can't help him. And Caleb said, well, yes, we can. I said, well, what do you mean? He said, Mama, we can always pray. Let's pray for him. So he started praying, and then we got to the funeral home, and he was talking to some of the elderly people, and there was one lady who was telling about how she had a brain tumor and that they did not give her long to live. And Caleb asked her if he could pray for her. And so then he prayed over her. And then this past Sunday at church, Jacob wanted to know if he could go up front because some people were being prayed over. And he said, Mama, I need to go. I have to go pray. And he walked up and he held hands with the lady who was being prayed over during the service. So the children are listening and they're watching and they're learning